What is Project Bluebeam? Fake alien invasion theory. It's a pretty good summary of it. This is part 2. Part 1, I explain New World Order. Part 2, we're going to give a cursory overview of the Project Bluebeam. I'm going to discuss this after I show you some examples, but essentially Project Bluebeam is the fake alien invasion theory because that's one of the main components that the government supposedly will use holograms to show a light in the sky show, like Fantasia at Disneyland or some shit. So what the theory proposes is that it will be hyped out to be an alien invasion. We'll all be like, oh my god, this is World of Worlds. And then, it'll turn hella religious and we'll be like, when did I go to church? And which church am I in?
Cover your ears.
That's basically the laser show they want to do for us. So they're using drones and holograms to make this. And honestly, this isn't actually that far off. Have you seen the performances they've already done with holograms and just light shows at raves? It's pretty gnarly sometimes. I mean, that shit's crazy, you guys. Look at the shit. Oh shit. Look at this. This is a recording of the fucking hologram. And they're fucking high. You know they're not sober filming this shit. Oh, fire! Is it real fire or is it holograms? And this is why we're in the predicament we're in, because some of us are distracted by this. So after the fake alien invasion, or with it at the same time, I'm unsure, the religious deities popping out of the fucking sky is going to happen. The big show in the sky. The results of these deliberately staged events will be to show the world a new Christ, a new Messiah, Maitreya, for the immediate implementation of a new world religion. If like deities are gonna come out and they're all gonna be like, fuck off, I'm number one, and then some like, so essentially these motherfuckers just duke it out, and then one of them comes out supreme. It's kind of like a WWE, like E wrestling kind of event. They're all just fucking body piling over each other, and then one of them is like, I'm the fucking winner, and the projections of Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna will merge into one and correct explanations of the mysteries of some bullshit, blah blah blah. And then everyone's like, okay, fuck yeah, that's the God for me. What do you want? You? That's essentially what the theory is about. In addition, this event will occur at a time of profound worldwide political anarchy and general turmoil created by some worldwide catastrophe. That, I think, is the most important part. So, now that I've taken you out of the Lulu, the disinfo, likely, let's talk about the legitimacy of it. And co-opted with disinformation, I believe. So, if you look at the root of it, though, essentially, the government will manufacture a series of events using technological advances that will destabilize the population into being more readily accepting of a new type of world order. And, like, science-wise, this has been shown to work.
A mass formation typically...
A mass formation is basically groupthink. People think the same way and nobody wants to be ostracized, so everybody just kind of forms group mentality.
Emerges in a society when very specific conditions are met. First and for all, the most central condition is a major part of the population needs to feel lonely.
Doctors say the very rules to keep people safe from the virus are doing great damage when it comes to anxiety, depression, and even suicide. And now everyone is suffering, but children are particularly at risk.
The real pandemic here is the psychological warfare that's being waged on every single human being. See, if you take a human being and you put them in a chronic fear state, and you couple that with human isolation, what happens is they psychologically decompensate and live in such emotional pain that they will gravitate in an irrational way to anything that you promise them will alleviate that pain.
Once people feel disconnected from their environment, they will typically start to experience a lack of meaning-making in life. And under these conditions, if a narrative is distributed through the mass media, indicating an object of anxiety, and a strategy to deal with this object of anxiety, they suddenly, connect to one small object of fear, for instance the coronavirus, and afterwards, people don't feel lonely anymore. They feel connected again.
So, I mean, you tell me, don't you think humankind would be susceptible after, like, say we had multiple COVIDs for the next 5 years? Because supposedly, most of this is supposed to take place in 2030. We'll go into detail why later, but... So So we had like a shitty 5 years. And then, you know, some like pseudo machination of all the gods comes out and is like, bro, I'll fix everything. Just follow our orders and give us all your rights. And we're just be like, fuck it, bitch. I don't care. This life has been horrible. I don't even know why I'm alive. Like, I don't know if it was worth surviving. Yeah. The next video, we're going to go much more in depth into the writing and what Serge Monast, the Canadian writer who I think is a disinfo agent, pretty much wrote, and his basis and all that stuff. There's a lot that's plausible, but there's a lot that's like, I don't know, my guy. And I'm going to talk about that. Then a whole video just about aliens, because that's a lot, but this had to be out first.